Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cast 5 Reviews, where we review, actually, for this particular section, we are reviewing Bleach, Memories of Nobody, the very first film for this franchise. I'm joined today, once again, by the trifecta, Theo and Farhad. How are you, my friends? What's going on? What's going on? Talk to me.
Nothing much. I got sunburnt.
I can see it
I'm
on your
ready
face.
for this. I'm ready for the bleach today.
100%. What about you, Theo?
No sunburn, but just as ready.
Nice. I just want to throw it out there. Am I crazy or this movie was not good?
Oh shit. I did not remember it being this shit.
Right?
I was thinking that since it was a movie, it's only an hour 30, I can sit through it.
It felt long.
I fast forwarded through the first hour.
It felt long.
I had to fast forward it at some point.
Yeah, it really felt long. And it sucks because I remember this movie. I actually don't remember the content as much as I remember certain parts. And once again, the names go in. Yes. My name is Faiz. I'm joined by Theo and Farhad. As you can see, audio listeners, the names, I'm having very difficulty of like keeping them off the screen. They keep popping up back and forth. But as I was saying, I do remember some parts of the movie very, very clearly. And I remember being in university, actually, or college, depending on which hemisphere you're from. But I recall watching it multiple times over and over again because I really dug it. I don't know why.
I remember watching it multiple times too.
Sorry, go ahead, Fred.
I remember watching it multiple times too back in the day. I don't know what it was. Like maybe it's because of it being the first movie Bleach ever made. But damn, rewatching it now, I just can't.
Yeah.
I just fucking can't.
It's painful, yes.
It's painful, right, Theo?
Yeah, especially after that last season that we went through. After season 8. Oh,
maybe we should have reviewed this movie right after the bounce.
Really?
Well, in a way, I kind of want to say maybe we shouldn't have reviewed it at all, but we're here now.
I'm going to start saying fuck the bounce and fuck nobody.
And the nobodies. Bring in that Kingdom Hearts reference. Why not? But to all of our new audience members that are watching the video,
I was surprised. I like the Kingdom Hearts nobodies more than these nobodies.
How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? How dare you? The Kingdom Hearts nobodies are just as bad as the blanks in this particular movie.
And at least I remember the names.
Well,
the nobodies.
The
organization. I don't remember anyone from this movie.
Organization 13, right?
I don't even remember most of the main. I don't even know. I don't remember most of their names. I just remember the Senna. That's it.
Senna and Garnier. That's it. I think his name is.
Remember the girl with the ribbon.
Yeah, the girl with the ribbon.
No, girl with the ribbon.
But before we dive in, I would like to let all of our new audience members or podcast listeners know that we are Cast 5. We review tons of stuff. I'm talking about anime, movies, video games, topics in general that would matter to us. And hopefully they resonate with you as well, because otherwise this entire point, every time I try to say this, every single video I have messed up on or been interrupted, including this one. So this would be all pointless if in case none of these topics matter to you. So please give them a purpose. Hit that share and subscribe button. Hit that notifications on. Let the YouTube algorithm know that you would like our content to be promoted. But we also do a lot of streams on twitch.tv/cast_5. And currently we are doing Elden Ring Rune 1 run. My brother Farhad is actually, I don't know how he's doing this.
I don't know how I'm doing it. I don't even know.
I don't know how there's such a huge gap in skill level, but I'm all for it. It's very entertaining content, Farhad. I must say. Very proud of you. It's really fun. Yeah.
It's honestly been really fun playing it too, because I usually, we just level up, play, and then, that's it. But playing it at level 1, it's just okay, each hit actually counts.
Like,
I got a nod.
Exactly. So like the whole glass cannon thing that we always joke around about, you literally are walking glass cannon. It's great. I absolutely love it. A few housekeeping items for you guys. We have released the Bubble review. Bubble is a movie that one of our castmates, Rohan, is absolutely obsessed about. We gushed over it for about an hour long review. It's great. It was me, Theo, Rohan. Definitely check it out. Check out the video. If in case you have already seen that video, just click on it again. Give us another view. Why not? It doesn't cost anything.
What's wrong with that, huh?
Exactly.
Who's gonna notice?
But other than just this particular video of Memories of Nobody, we have been reviewing Bleach on a bi-weekly basis from season 1 to season 8 so far, and all of that content is available on our channel, youtube.com/cast5. And all I gotta say is the mantra has been throughout the entire series, Farhad, say it.
Fuck the bounce.
Yes, it was not a good season. Well, 2 seasons, they were not good whatsoever, but we're thoroughly very enjoying it. And this is a bonus episode because generally our schedule is on a bi-weekly basis, and we are doing this on a weekly basis. So this will be out very soon for your eyes and ears. With that being said, let's dive in to Memories of Nobody. Theo, I'm going to start with you because we joked around about Kingdom Hearts. There's a lot of Spirit Away references we can make here, for sure, especially when the kid was being reunited to his dad. Have you seen this movie before?
I think you probably made me watch it when I already dropped Bleach. And I probably wasn't impressed to begin with, so... Well, I guess I could say I have no memories of anybody.
That's a very clever pun, sir. Very clever pun. Brad, do you think this movie lived up to your hype?
Oh, hell no, it did not. Oh, hell no.
Did you have hype to begin with?
I mean, I was like, oh, I remember watching this movie a couple times. Maybe, maybe there's some cool parts. It was so fucking bland the first half.
You know, the thing is, I remember Ichigo going Bankai twice. And I remember that his second time when he goes Bankai and he's fighting Ganryu. I specifically remember this. And I was like, what difference did it make? Like, what power up did he use? The power of friendship? Like, no, she's there. I feel her. And she's hurt. I will save her because it's a promise I made to my soul. And he goes off, somehow heals his wounds because he's bleeding before because he got stabbed everywhere. Yeah. And then when he breaks free, he's fine. I'm like, motherfucker's just going around just like claiming the power of friendship, and he's just, healing his wounds? What kind of Bankai power is this? He never had that in the series.
Never. He was bleeding. Do you remember? You remember?
Yeah.
When he was fighting Byakuya?
Yeah. Fucking Grimjow. Last fight when he was fighting, he got his ass beat, and he's like panting and everything, and he's bleeding. And then the progression showed throughout the entire fight that his mask is breaking off. Ukiyora killed him straight off the bat. We saw it. Here is just like, no, power of friendship. Wounds are healed. And I remember how dumb that was back in the day when I was just like, yo, so what was, okay, all right, so he just went off, that's it? Like, he just like, friendship, and that's it? All right. But it was very lackluster.
Hey, don't you know in magical girl animes, transformations heal your wounds?
100%, but in this particular case, he didn't go Bankai. If he was like Shikai, and then he got wounded and he went Bankai and his powers, like his wounds were healed, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense because, power magic. But he was in Bankai and he just blew out of the cocoon. So I don't get it.
I like how in Fast and Furious, like, you see the car get all banged up and then all of a sudden you see that same car and it's just pristine new, or Vin Diesel's white tank top.
I will give you.
There was like a spot on it, and then next scene, the tank top is fresh, white press, everything.
I will give you the Vin Diesel tank top the reference, but not the car reference, because cars in Fast and the Furious, they do end up keeping all the consequences that have occurred due to their driving actions. Especially that last one where he turns around, he's in Cuba, flips a car around, the car's on fire. I'm like,
God.
why not? And then turned around, looked at Farhan.
I knew ways to win.
I'm like, why not? Sure, this is what we're doing. So let me
Ichigo confused being on fire.
Yeah. Let me give you guys a quick recap of what the summary of the movie is, so it kind of jogs your memory, and then we can break it down all together and talk about it. So Ichigo and Rukia obviously are taking down hollows. They fight this hollow at a park. I thought this part was kind of hilarious. Like, what happens if Ichigo doesn't use Kon? What happens to his body? So the fact that EMS found his body and they were trying to resuscitate him, and then he just came back alive, and they're like, yo, come back here. Like, we need to make sure you're okay before you get up and leave. That I found hilarious. And while they're dealing with everything, they realize that there is a little bit of spiritual pressure that seems a little off. They go down, they see all these random spirits within looking kind of blanked, red arm spirits, and they're trying to figure out what that is, and they start grabbing Ichigo and Rukia, and then thus this girl with autumn leaves jumps down and she just massacres all these souls, because why not? Her name's Senna.
I actually had so much expectations from her at that time, where she had autumn leaves. Like Sakura Bakura the cherry blossoms. She gets autumn leaves. You think, should be...
Yeah, 100%. Something a little bit better. Like her Zanpakuto was lightning based or wind based?
That was wind.
Weather based.
It was weather based, right?
Weather,
okay.
Yeah.
I like, that's the thing. Like, I do not remember anything except for the
fact. She got her ass beat most of the time, though. That's probably why we don't know.
Like, she got captured, which happened later on. But other than that, what did she do?
Had a very flashy attack.
Yes.
Before getting captured.
Exactly.
I think that's another thing I didn't like about it too, was just the whole trope of damsel in distress. Like,
yes,
it's like, I'm over that. Like,
yes,
we're in an age where it's just like, we're playing as girl heroes in games.
Yeah.
Like,
But this particular movie did come out in 2006, so they have to have a MacGuffin that can't change anything about the story, and the consequences don't. At the end of the day, they don't matter. Right, essentially. Yeah. In this particular case, it is memories of nobody, because she is a nobody. So they meet this girl. She kills these blanks. They try to ask who she is. She leaves. We find out that she's having some very contradicting memories. Either she died, or her dad died, or some other stuff that she's noticing. So we're like, okay, what is going on? Rukia goes back to find a little bit more about her. Ichigo catches up with her. And then they have a really like a little good like friendship. Like, I enjoyed the interactions between the two, because I like Senna as a character. Ichigo doesn't really have much to go off of other than the power of friendship. Like, throughout the entire series, it's been power of friendship, right? Not even power of love. It's power of friendship. In the beginning, first episode, it was power of love, because he wanted to save his sister and Grand Fisher. Otherwise, it's nothing. There's no power of love. He comes back afterwards.
It's not power of love, just their family.
No, you only get one. You get one reference to your Fast and Furious.
One reference every episode. Stick to it.
Exactly. So basically,
I'll shut my whole mouth for the rest of the episode, man.
Oh my god, that's how many thoughts.
I know, right? Yo, now I'm curious. Should we just go ahead and review Fast and Furious? Like, what's happening? Is this it? Is this the next long series that we're gonna do? Find out more. TBA. But yes, while pursuing Senna, Ichigo finds out that those creatures, the spirits within creatures, are basically called blanks. And what they're trying to do is, there is a rare phenomena that occurs. Well, there's a connection in between Soul Society and Earth. And these souls end up bounding together in the middle of that space. And it's called the Valley of Screams. Generally speaking, when this occurs, Both sides are not really affected by it because it's a natural phenomenon, but something is going on that's causing the worlds to interact with each other, which is Soul Society and the real world. So after all of that said is done, Senna kind of cons Ichigo into buying her, like, what was it, breakfast? No, lunch. And she just dips and she just goes to the graveyard, and you find out that, yeah, there's a lot of memories that she has that are not making any sense whatsoever. And she realizes herself that something's off. Why can't she remember who she is as a person? And she gets attacked by these people called the Dark Ones. Let's take a pause here. Let's discuss some positives. What do you guys think of the animation?
It's good. Honestly, for the time, it was pretty good.
I did not like Ichigo's face. It seemed off.
Yeah, Ichigo's... Yeah. Battle animation seemed a lot better than...
Yes.
Yeah, it's what they had better than the earlier seasons, yeah.
Yes. Sure. It was definitely better than the earlier seasons, and like the maturity that they showed on his face later on, especially like once Orihime got captured. None of that is really shown here. It's just his eyes seemed a little off. It's just something was off about the animation when he wasn't fighting. When he was fighting and stuff, he seemed like the Ichigo that we all know. Rukia was very useless. Like, why?
He just immediately left.
Why did she even use Choco or whatever her name is, Chupo or whatever, that mod soul to kind of convert herself out when she didn't even do anything with the hollows? Ichigo's the one that took care of the hollow.
Didn't do shit.
And it's reminiscent of like the very first beginning fight at the park is when the hollow's running at Ichigo and Ichigo's standing there with his sword. Like, that's straight from the first episode, but that's like pure trailer shot. And I was expecting him to like do something, but he just had his eyes closed and he's just sitting, and then he opens his eyes and he just kind of just, as the guy's about to hit him, he just stops it with his sword. But it didn't even seem cool. And the guy just like left. I'm like, okay, so
that's so true.
You drew all of this, the wind and everything, the music's going sensational, you know, and then everything's going, and he opens his eyes, and it's just like, it felt like it was a boken. It would just kind of go bounce. You know what I mean? No payoff.
There was no oomph to it.
There was no oomph. The oomph was definitely missing for Hat. And Rukia was pointless. But okay, she gets up and leaves. I don't get it. Like, all this, like, if you're trying to explain who these people are, which they were, anyone that has not seen the show, here's the movie. This is what the summaries and so forth are. Like, make it a bit more flashy, right?
A little bit. Give it something.
Yeah. The scene with Senna walking on the rope in the town square, that was definitely Traverse Town. How did you guys feel about that? I really like that scene.
Yeah, I did like that scene as well. It was one of the more amusing ones.
Right? It's calm, quiet. She's trying to figure out her balance, her flow, like what is going on. Nothing really seems to matter in terms of the memories that's being flooded back. And just the animation and just like how well it was choreographed. I really liked it.
Of course, there's like Traverse Town. You expect like some dark force to suddenly appear.
I'm going to fight Darkseid for the millionth time.
Yes.
And yes, the Dark Ones. Yo, this was actually pretty hilarious. He grabbed Sana by her neck. Ichigo just cut the man's arm off. This is the first time I think we've seen actual blood spilling out the way it was. Because in the show, it's shown, but you always see spit coming out, you know? Yeah. And like a little bit of blood and spit coming up. But this was just like, Ichigo just comes and cuts the guy's arm off. I'm like, and he's just like holding his arm and it's just bleeding and gushing blood everywhere. It's like, holy shit.
Ichigo didn't even give a shit either.
Arm completely gets severed. You never see a dude's arm get completely severed in the show.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
and seeing that his arm get cut off did hide me a bit. But that died down.
That died down very quickly because nothing came out of it.
Nope.
Like, nothing really came out of it. So, okay. Soul Society returns. They turn around and state that, hey, during the time when all the blanks are returning back, all their memories are getting confuzzled, they get poured into this thing, this creature that is called the Shininju. And Shininju harbors all the memories at the Valley of Screams. Seems like somebody is trying to gain the Shininju, and lo behold, Senna is Shininju. Like, right? Like, I was like, okay, sure. And they want her to be handed over, and she goes like, no, she's her own person. And here is my problem with this movie. I get Ichigo's logic that says, okay, look, I get it. She's still a being. She's still a being that has thoughts, feelings, and so forth. But her biggest motivating factor of doing all the random shit that she was doing throughout the entire movie thus far, which is, let's be real, I'm hitting the 1 hour mark right now, was the fact that she was trying to find out who she was. So her knowing that all her memories are lies, isn't it better to just let her be? Give it back
to Soul. What's going on.
Exactly. Just give her back to the Soul Society and be like, all right, well, look, it sucks. I get it. You are a being and stuff, but you're not technically anyone. You have memories of a nobody. But he says no. Fuck this.
Yeah, absolutely fair. Soul Society was being a dick as always.
They were, but they always are though. Like, by now you should know this. Like, you literally invaded them.
You're just like, come on. If you want it, at least you could ask nicely.
But yeah, they showed up with so many people, right? Like, that was crazy. I was like, yo, really? For Ichigo? Just like Kenpachi. I think that'll be more than enough. Just like Kenpachi. But yes, they also find out that the mysterious group, the Dark Ones, these were exiled from Soul Society, and they're seeking to fucking get revenge, man. It's like, why is Soul Society even considered as heaven right now? Because like, there's so much shady practices that are happening here that are just like, come on, bro.
That actually reminds me. Remember at the beginning of the movie when Ichigo sent the girl to heaven, and Rikyo was like, Soul Society was a nice place. It's just like, bitch, please, we've seen society now. We know your lies.
You're gonna send her to the Rukon district, and then she's gonna be like either too hungry or too poor or trying to run around and collect candy, rock candy, to survive. Like, come on, man. We know what happens. We know what happens in heaven. It's not fair. It's not a fair world, man.
We've seen your childhood.
Yes.
You know it.
Exactly.
Sucked.
But yeah, they're trying to seek revenge for, because they can. And lo behold, the main guy, his name is Ganryu. I think it's Ganryu the way it's spelled, but I don't know, man. Ganryu. He grabs Senna. Senna tries to do this flashy attack. He grabs Senna. Ichigo's like, nope, Bunkai. He's like, too fast. I'm too fast. And the guy just stabs him with a harpoon. I'm like, this is exactly how I feel in Elden Ring when I'm fighting Melina. Because we're like, we're too fast. We're done. One shot, you're dead. Move the fuck on. Right? He takes Senna and goes away. Hour and 30-minute mark, guys. That's how much long the movie is. I'm probably about an hour in. Anything that I missed that's worth mentioning at the moment?
Oh, no. You got it all.
Mentioned more than enough that could also be missed.
100%. I agree with both of you. So I'll carry on. Ichigo finds out that he needs to go to now the Valley of the Screams because, he has to save Senna. Right? The head captain could, I honestly want to see a different draft of this movie where the head captain commander Yamamoto Genryusai just kind of goes through his plan and just blows the shit up. Okay. But they're like, no, we gotta save Senna. So Ichigo's there. We can't just blow shit up. It's like, okay, well, you have a little bit of time. You have about an hour. Shit's about to collapse. Go save him. So he sends some people. He sends Kenpachi, who's a one-shot kill, which was hilarious. He sends Hitsugaya, which I was a bit surprised about. Like, he went Bankai. I'm like, really? You have to go Bankai to defeat this guy?
Yeah.
Soifon.
I was a little disappointed in that.
Yeah. Soifon, 2 hits. Even she was in Shikai, you know, like, done.
I think Soifon actually got one of her better battles.
Yeah.
The one she ended in just 2 hits instead of like a million.
100%.
She might as well just have stabbed the guy to death by that point.
Exactly, right? Like, remember, a bounce got a better of her. So, like, that was just like, this is just like, come on, just finish it off. Ikaku fought. Matsumoto fought. They fought nobodies. Like, obviously, Renji also did his Bankai, which I was like, all right, sure, yeah, throw in a Bankai there too. Ichigo finally gets at the very end. Actually, I am forgetting one cool part, which was Rukia fights a Dark One, and she loses. And who comes to save Rukia's ass?
It's the cherry blossoms.
Yes. Byakuya, Bankai,
Big
one
brother.
shot, done. Big brother comes in. You know why Rukia failed to beat him? Because she did Skishiro. She should have done Hakuren. We all know this by now, guys. We all know she should have done the second dance. The first dance
Why
is
isn't the expert here?
Exactly.
Especially on this topic.
Exactly. It's always Hakuren. That's what you have to do. Skishiro or Sen no Mai, Shirafune. That stuff doesn't work. Those are like very in-range zone attacks. Skishiro, man. Like, come on. Why would you use
all
that?
The way.
Hakuren all the way. But anyways, Ichigo gets beaten up by Ganryu because of course he is. Power of friendship, goes Bankai.
Before that, I do want to mention, of all the fights in the movie period, my favorite was Kenpachi's.
Oh, it's so good. It was so good. He's like, oh, wow, you can actually cut me? Oh, this will be interesting. Slash. So much Ryatsu that it took over the entire screen. And that's it, it's just done. Or in Elden Ring.
What move is that one?
Elden Ring, you make a circle from your hands. It's just the ring itself. So whenever me and Farhat see each other, that's all we do.
Well, that's like the praise the sun gesture.
Praise the sun gesture. Yes, that's it. So yeah, Ichigo fights Ganryu. He beats him, saves Senna. They're about to leave. The world is about to get destroyed. She realizes it's too late. Valley of the Screams is collapsing. She goes in. She's like, I need to go back because you're the only one that ever treated me as a human being. I can't let the real world get destroyed because that's where Ichigo lives. So Deuce jumps in, dies. Ichigo's like, what the hell? She survives actually. But when he brings her body to the graveyard again. She's like, I need to know. She's dying. She just wants to know. She can barely see if her name is in one of the gravestones because she believes that she once lived. Ichigo lies to her, gives her that content. She passes away. Rukia comes in, such a buzzkill. She's like, so you know none of this matters, right? Well, it was so funny when she's just like, yeah, none of this matters. She was a nobody. So
shut up, Rukia.
Napoleon Dynamite, yes. None of this matters because, like, yeah, she never really existed. So her memories are going to be, like, gone. And you won't remember her. So, yeah, just like, yo, just chill. I was like, great. So I wasted an hour and 30 minutes of life only to know none of this matters. Fantastic. You didn't even give me that good fights. But okay. And then that's pretty much it. The song kicked in, which I actually do like the song. And then Ichigo, after the credits were done, Ichigo sees someone resembling Senna running on the bridge. He doesn't say anything. He just smiles and keeps the memory to himself. Fun fact. This particular movie, the themes of Memories of Nobody, is also the theme in the third movie, which is Fade to Black, where everyone forgets Rukia, and the only person that remembers Rukia is Ichigo. Crazy, right?
That's such a good movie. Oh,
It's such a good movie. Second,
When you
third,
mention
and
that,
fourth.
I kind of remember it now. The Rukia thing.
Second, third movie are amazing. Fourth is really good for battle sequences.
Yeah. Story wasn't enough.
Nope. And yeah, Aqua Times is the one that.
I mean, if by the fourth movie they still suck at battle sequences, like I would lose all my hype for Blood War.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a movie. Movies get the budget. If by the fourth one you still couldn't do good battle sequences, it's just I have no hope for you.
The best fight, arguably one of the best fights in the entire series, is Ukiyora versus Ichigo. It's Ukiyora versus Hollow Ichigo. So in the manga, it's very quick and short because it's supposed to show how overpowered Ukiyora got by Ichigo's Vassal Lord form. In the anime, they extended it a little bit. They added a few things in just to kind of show you how much he was toying around with Ukiyora. In the Bleach verse, it's just ruthless because it's the same fight with movie budget. So it's great. It's great. Like
it definitely had one of the best fight scenes.
Yes.
Ever in the entirety of Bleach.
So it's good. I look forward to it.
Second, third, and fourth. Second movie, the end part. Oof, it's so good. Amazing. It is so good. I'm very, very hyped for the second, third, and fourth movie. But yes, I wanted to see the theme song for the movie is called Sun no Yuro Okete. That's crossing over 1,000 nights by Aqua Times. I do remember the song very clearly because it was on my playlist going back and forth from university. But that is the movie, guys.
It was it was something.
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad.
On level of bounce?
Like the Captain Hitsugaya Tsubasa episode was better.
Yeah, because it was shorter. That's the only reason why it was better. I like Senna as a character, but there's nothing else. Yeah. Literally nothing else in here that's carrying the movie. And she's not even that, I would say, interesting of a character.
Not memorable.
It was good enough for a movie, but that's about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. And it's a little upsetting too, because like when you look back on, I'll compare this to Inuyasha. Inuyasha has 4 movies. The second and third movie are amazing. Fourth movie is very good too. But the first movie, I always remember it being very dumb. Until I rewatched it with Angie. And the whole affections across time and the tree and everything, there's a lot of heart in there for Inuyasha to bring back Kagome when they're trapped on the other sides of the dimensions, right? And obviously, they gave Inuyasha his ultimate move, which was the backlash wave of Bakuruha. He actually does it at the very end to defeat the guy, which you're like, why didn't you just do it like first 3 times? But okay. Point is, like, there's still some saving factors of going back and watching that movie and being like, yo, this was entertaining. This was not entertaining.
I thought there was a lot more interesting parts in this movie than I seen recently. Because, like, I thought the fight scenes were at least a little bit better. Like, they were cool, but they weren't like, oh my god, I should come back and watch this fight. This was so cool. Like, none of them.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Yep.
It was old and dated, and it showed.
It really showed.
That's a very, very good way to put it. Yes. Like, cause some movies you can tell, like Rurouni Kenshin, for example, that's an old and dated show. And when you go back and watch some of the stuff, you're like, yo, this is, yes, I can buy that it's old. I can look past that. But it's still a riveting story. It still grabs you. This, nothing. At all.
Yeah. And there's also, honestly, Rurouni Kenshin is like one of those animes. It's like, it's old, but like, you kind of don't watch it. Like, you're not watching it because of the graphics. You're watching it because of the amazing story they're putting out for you.
Exactly.
The fights were clean. This one, like the Bleach movie, I don't even know what to call those fights.
Like, especially when Ichigo went Bankai, and you just see Ichigo come out, and he's in Bankai, and he's holding a sword, and he's like, okay, he's like, I'm putting a stop to this right now. No, you fucking didn't. He got stabbed by a harpoon, but or a spear. But sure, he's like, I'm putting a stop to this right now. You're too slow. Damn, bam, done. Senna. Like that was literally like I remember this trailer, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be cool. Then I watched it. I was like, oh, okay, it's a movie.
Like we were expecting the Kingdom Hearts 2 fights with against the nobodies, but instead we got Kingdom Hearts 1 fights.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
I would say Kingdom Hearts 3. I would say, yeah, because Kingdom Hearts 1 was still a bit tough. This is just like, literally is power of friendship, bro. This is the Trinity, attack.
This is the stupid fucking... What were those things called that he summoned? Those rides? What were they called?
The traction rides.
Traction rides. Those fucking bullshit traction rides. That's what it was.
I don't know, man. I was not impressed. I was actually not impressed.
Very surprised someone could be impressed by that nowadays, especially.
I'm more shocked that I used to think it was okay. It was an okay movie.
I really liked this movie back in the day. I know I did, because I downloaded the movie and converted it to the .3GP, a real time format, so I could watch it on my fucking phone. So I know how much I enjoyed this movie.
I think you even made a music video with it too.
Yes, it was the Hitsugaya one where Hitsugaya beats the guy and goes like this. That was the ending shot of the video. It's too late, right? What was the song called? Never Too Late?
Not too late. It's never too late.
It was of the Linkin Park ones, wasn't it?
No. It's 3 Days Grace. See, even your categories.
Hey.
On that note, guys, anything else you guys want to say before we close this off? I honestly think if we're ranking the movies, this is on the bottom. 100%.
First of all, fuck the bounce.
Yes.
I have to say this. It's part of my... And you know what? Honestly, fuck this movie too. Because... Because honestly, this movie was pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck the bounce and fuck the nobodies.
Yes.
I did not... I was like... I kept skipping through.
I struggled. I did not skip through, but I struggled. I struggled hard. Couldn't.
There was just too many parts where I was just like, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Fight. That didn't matter.
Yep. It was... Yeah. Nothing mattered. Sorry, what, Theo, you kind of broke down? What?
It brought back the trauma of the bounds.
It really did.
Yeah, it did.
After a strong season, that we just did.
After season 8. After all the payoffs of season 8 and going back to this.
All the eye candy.
Oof.
Like I can imagine them releasing this movie during the double seasons involving the stupid vampires.
Yeah.
They did, though. This movie technically takes place right after the bounce, before Shinji shows up. So
they just put 3 back-to-back shitters.
Yeah, they just put it in. Movie did really well, though. The movie did actually do really, really well. The reception, the anime reviews that I expected disliked the film, but found themselves pleasantly surprised that they enjoyed the movie. They said that the best person overall in the movie was Senna. A sweet character.
Fair. If I watched that movie right after watching the 2 Bang seasons, I would be pleasantly surprised as well.
Yep, I agree. The other thing that they said that the film's artistry and complex mix of themes, idealisms presented in the story were particularly done well, because the concept of blanks conveyed a deep spiritual sadness that provides unexpected depth to this supernatural action thriller. I did not get any of that.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah,
it reminded me of a different kind of Hollow.
I was like, okay, blanks further down than Hollow or Spirits Within. Come on, man. Okay. But the cool thing, this is once again, they said that it's a solid if predictable script, but not with some really neat designs. Yet noted that its weakness was the lack of relevance to the series and offers no permanent character growth. All the movies are going to be irrelevant just by the nature of being a movie in a long running series. But this
it wouldn't take anything from the story.
Yeah.
These movies are just their own thing.
Exactly. So that is it, guys. I have nothing further to say. I think this is probably the worst out of the 4. I think we're all in agreement here.
Oh yeah.
There's only good movies to look forward to now.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I'm very excited. We'll be back again next week with the second movie, Bleach movie 2, A Diamond Dust Rebellion, which I'm really excited about. Really, really excited about. But until then, comment down below. Let us know what you thought about the movie. If you like the movie, great. Please let us know. Does it live up to nostalgia? Or is it just because it's nostalgia? You have these feelings attached to it, and this is what it is, right? Did you think that the movie itself could have been an OVA? Because I think this would have been a perfect OVA, not like a movie. Yeah. Like a solid 40-minute or 35 to 40-minute OVA.
Definitely would have been better as an OVA.
Better, yeah.
Yeah. Cut down a lot of parts, right? But yes, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. But with that said, sending you all nothing but good vibes from your friends at Cast 5. Ciao.